Great sex doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the kitchen, in the car, and the way you say good morning or good night. In this video, we're going to talk about why physical intimacy was never meant to be an isolated event. It's a natural overflow of connection that's built during ordinary hours of your day. So if your sex life feels distance, it isn't usually just the bedroom at all. It's everything that's happening outside of it. And in this video, you'll learn why treating sex like a switch you flip is going to make for disappointment. You're going to learn the science of oxytocin, that bonding hormone, and how it quietly builds through these small daily moments. You're going to learn what actually this looks like in real life, practically in an ordinary week, and a simple weekly practice you can start today to rebuild that closeness that you so desperately want. So, great sex does not just start in the bedroom. Stay with me. I want to show you why. I'm Diane, and today, we're talking about something that almost everybody has trouble with, and a lot of couples get backwards. We can tend to treat physical intimacy like a switch. Set the mood, turn off the lights, and it should happen and it should be great. But physical intimacy was never meant to be just a switch. It's the fruit of something that happens from all day long. Most couples believe intimacy is mechanical. Set the scene and, a good sex life should follow. That belief sets a lot of couples up for disappointment because sex was never designed to be separate from the rest of your relationship. It was designed to be a natural overflow of your connection, not just an isolated event. And when couples treat sex like something that only happens in the bedroom, they miss a lot bigger picture because the bedroom reflects what's already happening in the kitchen, in the car, in the hallway. If those spaces are full of distance, the bedroom usually feels distance too. And if those spaces are full of warmth, the bedroom often follows. That's not a rule that you have to follow. It's simply how the connection works. Now, there is a hormone at the center of all of this. It's called oxytocin. Some people call it the bonding hormone. Others call it the love hormone. But whatever you want to call it, it is released through touch, through hugging, through kissing, through your just daily emotional closeness. And it's also released during sex. But it doesn't just start there. Every time you hold hands in the car, your oxytocin rises a little. Every time you hug for no reason at all, oxytocin rises a little. Every time you look at your spouse directly in the eye instead of on your phone, your oxytocin will rise a little. Now, none of these moments feel significant on their own, but they are quietly building the exact chemistry that makes physical intimacy feel safe, wanted, and needed by most couples. And this is why couples who feel apart during the day often struggle to feel close at night. The body remembers what the day or days were like, and you can't separate the kitchen from the bedroom. They are connected by chemistry. So, what does this actually look like in real life, like practically in your marriage? Well, it looks like a 10-second hug before you leave for work. Or it can look like sitting snuggled on the couch close instead of on opposite ends or even opposite rooms. It looks like somebody's hand on your back to feel supportive, maybe even while you're just doing the dishes. And it looks like putting your phone down, especially when your spouse starts talking. Think about what you see at a restaurant. And none of these moments are about sex, but all of them are about building the foundation sex is meant to stand on. Couples often ask, how do we get that spark back? And the answer is rarely dramatic. It's usually these small, ordinary moments repeated day after day. And connection is built in the small moments long before it shows up in the big ones. So here's something that might relieve some pressure if you're feeling it. You don't need an elaborate date night to change this intimacy. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a big plan, but you need to become more attentive during the ordinary hours of the day. Presence during the day is what makes closeness at night feel natural instead of forced. And this will take the pressure off the moment, and it puts the focus back on the relationship. And that shift, that will change everything. So here's something really practical that you can start with this week today. Change the way that you say goodbye in the morning. Make it a real hug, not just a habit. Make it a real kiss. Hold hands more often, even in the ordinary moments, like walking to the car or sitting at dinner. And when you kiss goodbye, let it linger a little longer than usual. Sit close during a show instead of on opposite ends of the couch. Hold hands, pray together. None of these require a big plan, but they do require your attention and for you to remember. Do this consistently and you'll likely notice something starts to shift, not just in the bedroom, but in the whole relationship. So, if you feel distant from your spouse physically, don't start by asking what's wrong in the bedroom. Start by asking what's happening in the rest of your day together. Great sex was never meant to be just about the bedroom. It's about everything that happens outside of it. If this helped you see intimacy differently, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.